Hey, if you're looking to fill a high ticket coaching program, I'm going to tell you one of the number one mistakes I see most often. Actually, can I show you an example that I came across? It kind of it goes against all conventional wisdom. I get like even go back even before I did start doing high ticket sales. This was the conventional wisdom that I followed as well to my detriment. So today I'm going to show you an example of if you've got a high ticket coaching program, a mastermind, a one-to-one program, group coaching program, whether it's new or a little bit more proven and experienced, how to do it a little bit better, how to start filling the pipeline of prospects, the right prospects, to start filling up your program, to start scaling it. Maybe you have a couple 20 people in your program, 50 people in your program. How can we get that to 200, 300 people if you have that capacity? And that's really what I focus on in particular. So if it's the first time joining one of my lives, I'm Brian Czekanski, and I help coaches in particular 10x their high ticket sales, everything from masterminds to group coaching programs, one-to-one, kind of across the board. So high ticket, I'm really talking 5K and above, selling programs. In my approach, I've sold programs, 40, 50K in terms of that overall price tag. And I do it all without using any sales calls whatsoever. So it's all about, most of the coaches that I work with are advertising on either Google or Facebook with Facebook ads. And they don't really realize all those Facebook leads that they're paying for and they've considered dead are, a profit center kind of, hiding in plain sight. So I help kind of monetize and create a different profit center by really re-engaging the leads and buyers that they've been able to accrue over the last few years, get them back into a sales conversation, and do that all via email and a Google Doc. So no sales calls whatsoever, able to close them again from price points from 5K all the way up to 40 and 50K all together. So again, if you're kind of sitting there and you're trying to trying to add to your sales team, or maybe your schedule is filled with sales calls, I can be that source for outsourcing some of that capacity for you, but also kind of driving those leads and kind of getting those leads that you paid for, either at Facebook, Google, or YouTube, whatever it is, get them back into a sales conversation and get them enrolled into your program. And I do it by taking no investment upfront. So that's the other key thing there is I don't ask for any upfront investment. I want to prove to you that I can re-engage your leads that are on your email list, those past buyers, get them in a sales conversation and deliver them to you on a silver platter. So today I want to go through an example of one of the conventional wisdom will tell you if you want to build an email list, continue to grow your email list, whether it's with online ads or social media content, is that you need some kind of freebie out there, whether it's a lead magnet or a free training. Everybody's always telling you to kind of give your genius away, automate that process, whether it's a PDF or webinar or whatever those things are. And I'm here to tell you, especially after running a bunch of these campaigns time after time, is like, let's not give your genius away for free. Let's focus on getting more buyers and less on getting those free leads coming through the door. And the reason I say this is at the end of the day, one of my first clients in kind of doing the process and the approach that I follow now, he had over 100,000 people on his list. And I thought it was an amazing opportunity. He had a combination of buyers that went through his course, about a couple thousand, but most of the people on his list were somebody that just opted in for a free lead magnet or an email campaign that he had set up. So I thought there was a great opportunity. But what tended to happen as I engaged with that list is all those freebie seekers, didn't really, they opted in, they built a relationship in some way with the coach, but it was really those past buyers that probably spent $500, $600 on his course, went through it, got some results, built a relationship, built up that know, like, and trust factor. I've talked about it the last few weeks, kind of built up that affinity. And because they did put down their credit card, they're more likely to actually follow through and follow his advice versus all those other people that just opted in for free. Most of them didn't follow his advice, didn't follow through, probably didn't even read his emails on a day-to-day basis either. So really thinking about how can I have more buyers on my list, kind of that quality over quantity type of approach, especially if you're trying to fill up your mastermind, your like one-to-one program, your group program. I want to have more buyers. Like take me back to that client now. Like, would I take a client that has 100,000 free, like somebody to opt in for a free lead magnet or free training, or somebody that or a coach that has 3K in terms of buyers? I would take that 3K in terms of buyers every day of the week, because I know somebody put down their credit card, and it doesn't have to be, especially if you've got a high ticket program that's selling for 10K, 20K, 30K. That entry into your world doesn't have to be a high dollar amount. It could be $1, it could be $7, it could be whatever it is. It's helpful. Again, I've kind of mentioned it on past videos. If you have a course that sells for $1,250 or $3,000 or $5,000, those are all great places to be. The reason being is that, as I kind of interact with your list and get people back into the sales conversation, not everybody's going to have that 10K or 20K or 30K to spend on your high ticket program. So having that downsell opportunity, or having a series of different downsell opportunities, kind of more on that DIY type of approach. So if you think about your high ticket, it's kind of that done with you type of approach or done for you type of approach. But you have a series of kind of DIY type of approaches where, okay, if they're a past buyer, they built a relationship with you. Okay, maybe they can't afford 10K or 20K, whatever your high ticket program is, but you have this option at 2,500 or 5,000 or whatever it is to get people in the door. And maybe the timing isn't right. Maybe they don't have the cash right now, especially as the example I'll bring through in real estate. Maybe they haven't gotten into their real estate, investing career enough where they have the capital to invest in a course. But as they get into, the entry level course, maybe at 2,500, that's when they start taking action, start getting returns. That's when they're going to move up along the way, and they'll get to the point where it's like, okay, like that mastermind makes sense because I built a relationship. I'm seeing returns. I know his or her process works, and move them along in the process. So really think about, in your process, whether it's an ascension model or a descension model. Again, I've talked about webinars going directly to a high ticket program can certainly work, but you should certainly think about what are those other options that I can put out there, more of like a DIY type of approach, whether it's a course or a workshop or maybe an event where people have to kind of put down their credit card. They have to attend. Think about in your own life, if somebody gives you something for free, how much do you actually value it in actually following through and taking action versus, okay, if you plop down $1,000 or $2,000, you're probably more likely to take action. So if you go back to, the sad part is most people that buy a course don't follow through on it. There's probably 5% that actually go through and do all the modules and take action. But you think about those people that opt in for something for free, if that 5% is for somebody that spent $1,000 or $2,000 to follow through, it's probably 1% in terms of those people that opt in for free and taking action. So we want action takers. We want people that are going to put their credit card down, kind of show their motivation. And those are the people that are more likely to open your emails, to build a relationship with you, start to see results and follow through on your process versus opting in for maybe 10 or 12 different freebies kind of across you and your competitors and probably follow none of them whatsoever. So I want to provide just an example of this that kind of came to life, again, focusing a little bit more on real estate over the last few weeks. And this was just an example of, what I would call out as kind of like a mistake in terms of going out there and doing something a little bit differently. So again, I don't have any relationship with this example, but it was one that really came to mind in terms of what it had here. So it's a company called Learn Land. So all about kind of investing in land and building a side hustle or main career around that. Here's kind of the ad that came through, calling out those land investors and flippers, calling out the key benefit here. So seven-figure success in land investing, and we're giving it away for free. So the curious part here is that they had a course that they actually sold for, in this case, I think it was $997. And at this point, they made a decision somewhere in here to give it away for free. Again, the idea is that if we give it away for free, we'll have a lot more people come through. Hopefully they'll take action and we'll have more subscribers. We'll have more of that potential, more people on our list, so that when we get to our they have a mastermind. So when it comes to the mastermind, we've got a lot more people that come through the course. They'll gradually ascend to the mastermind when it makes sense. And we've given them baseline knowledge around land investing and things like that, and they'll be a consistent follower. But again, as I kind of talked about, like what happens is people will go into this course, and I'll just show you a snapshot of it here. Like again, it's a pretty like it's a pretty robust series of modules and everything else. Like again, there is a lot of knowledge here. Like again, even if you don't charge 997, like let's charge them something. So like if we charge them, even if it's $10, even if it's $100, like think about the value, like think of the value of somebody opting in for this. If they're not putting down a credit card, like how much are they actually going to go through the modules if they, if somebody just gives it away for you free versus actually putting down amount of money. Like most other coaches in the universe are charging something for that. So like the perceived value is going to be much higher for those people that go out there and spend $1,000 or $2,500 or things like that. It's like that's when if they're sold on your course, like there's no reason to put a price tag on that. And the good part is, like again, like we want to build a relationship here. So like maybe not everybody's going to go through all these modules, but they're more likely to go through these modules if they paid $1,000 or $2,000 or things like that. They're more likely to read your emails, all those kind of things. So it really is kind of that quality over quantity. You're not going to have as many people on your email list. Maybe you're not ranked as high. I think a lot of this is just around YouTube subscribers, and the fact is that they're giving away some of these modules. So like, again, if you're going to have this freebie model, like you can have a course for $1,000. Like if you want to create a freebie, maybe pull out one of the, like, what is the most valuable module that people talk about? Maybe it's pulling out one of these bonuses and have that as a freebie. But the problem here is that they have a mastermind and they've kind of given away, like there's no downsell anymore. They used to have a downsell at $1,000. Now they don't have that. How can we kind of pull out maybe one of these modules, or pull out a workshop, or pull out an event that they've done as a recording, use that as your freebie, but have that kind of ascension, have that ability for people to continue to buy up and build that relationship with you. And then when it comes time for, selling the mastermind, which, is here on the next page, like, again, if you have the capacity to build up this mastermind, like we're going to fill those spots a lot easier if we have a big list of buyers, past buyers. So again, even if you have a 100,000 freebie people that opted in for this free course, it's not going to be as valuable as those people, as those buyers for, that spent that $999. So I'd be much more interested in interacting with those buyers that, again, there might only be 100 buyers that paid that $997 in the past. But they're probably more valuable than all the hundreds or thousands of people that have opted in for this course for free. So I want to provide you just an example of an alternative kind of in that same space. Like another one as well, like what's a different business model? So what does it look like here? So I wanted to bring out, this one's called Land Profit Generator. And I wanted to just show you a different model. So like, again, like here's kind of what I would show you. This is kind of more of an ascension model. But like what they do is kind of give people different entry points in building their relationship based on where they are. So again, if I'm just getting into land investing right now and I'm not sure if it's right for me or not, maybe I jump into this first package. So this first land profit success package. Okay, I jump into this, I go down to it. Okay, they've got payment plans, they get payment in full. Like they're asking for 2,500. So again, like this is my first entry point into working with this company. It might work out, it might not, but I'm more likely to follow through because I paid that $24.97, and I'm showing the motivation. So I'm more likely to go through the course, take their advice, and actually get going. And if I do, I'm more likely to go to that next level. So if we go to the next level of what they have here, it's the Land Start Quick Start. So like again, you can see how they've got other stuff here. So like again, like if this is kind of their freebie. So they've got this workshop going on. It's like, if you want to give away some of your genius for free, that's perfectly fine, but give people the option to get into your world in some way. I'm sure at the end of this live workshop, they're probably pitching one of these different options that they have here. So the Land Profit Quick Start, it's a 5K program. Again, might be for a little bit more advanced. So maybe you start with the success package, you move on to the quick start, and you eventually get to the coaching where you're a little bit more established. Maybe you have more deals coming through from a from a land flipping perspective. Maybe it's gone from a side hustle to more of a career, and that makes it more enticing. And moving it through along the way. So like that land profit coaching, again, I don't know what the price point is, but it's probably 8, 10, 12K in terms of what they're doing. And they're probably filling their programs pretty easily because they've got these other options. And again, if you're one of those people that again, there's no reason that somebody can't go on a free workshop and go directly into this land profit coaching. But the great part is for their sales team, and if I was working with them, to have these other downsells. Like I have this 5K downsell, I've got this $2,500 downsell. Like think about your list. Not everybody's going to have that 10 or 12K to get into your program. So having that in your back pocket in terms of like, okay, we've got different options here. If you don't have that 10 or 12K here, like here's a different option here to get you involved in land investment and get you moving in that right direction. We can build a relationship with you, build up some results. And maybe in 6 months' time, that's when we can jump into land profit coaching, where you have a little bit more capital, where you're a little bit more invested in this focus, and you built a relationship, with this company altogether. So really think about that along the way. Stop giving away your genius for free. Start building up some of these programs that can help you start building buyers instead of freebie seekers. And what that will do is make your high ticket programs, whether it's mastermind, group coaching, one-to-one, a lot easier to fill because those buyers are going to easily rise to the top. Those are the people that have affinity, that have the relationship, and it becomes a no-brainer. It's just a matter of kind of like putting the right offer in front of the right person at the right time. Makes it super easy to close them and get them into that high ticket program along the way. So focus more on those buyers, create those low ticket, or just give them those opportunities to put down their credit card and be a little bit more motivated. That's going to drive the relationship. That's going to get people in the door and make it more likely that they move forward in terms of getting into your high ticket program. So if that was helpful, hit like on whatever platform you're on. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you on a future live.